Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to Freedom 365. I know it's been a little while since I've done one of these episodes, but with all the crap going on right now, especially with these convoys heading across the country to go to D.C., kind of like the ones in Canada, there's a lot of information getting out there. And to start off this episode, I have a video over here, it's right there. It's from my brother, actually. People might know him as Raging Rob. He has been following the convoy since Missouri, all the way to D.C., the one that came from California. The People's Convoy is what it's called. And 12 hours ago, he posted an update. And yeah, things seem a little weird with this convoy. So I'm going to play this video for you, and you can hear it from the horse's mouth, pretty much. Let me make sure the volume is up all the way here so you can hear it. And, okay. This is from Raging Rob, following the People's Convoy since Missouri all the way to D.C. And as of 12 hours ago, here is the update from him.
What's going on, everybody? You have the Raging Rob here. I'm at my hotel here in Virginia. I want to address a couple things. I put a statement on Facebook. I broke off from the convoy. Let me say that again. I broke off from the convoy. I rode with them from Joplin, Missouri to Hagerstown, Maryland. I left Hagerstown, Maryland yesterday. Checked in my hotel yesterday. I'm going to be out. I'm going to be here till Monday. Well, that's tomorrow. I'll check out tomorrow. 2 nights here, and then decide what I'm going to do from there. Basically, what's going on is the convoy. I enrolled in their text messaging, so I get updates. They send me a text at 9 a.m. saying we're going to leave at 9:30. We're going to loop around the 495 twice, and then we're going to go fuel up in Maryland, and then go back to Hagerstown and back to the Speedway. Huh? They're going to loop around the 495 on a Sunday. A Sunday. If you want to make a point, you loop around the 495 multiple times on a rush hour, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, especially Friday. Especially Wednesday. Wednesday's pretty busy. That's how you make a point. If you want to make a point, you send people into the D.C. I understand trucks aren't allowed in D.C. Okay, understandable. But you send people, RVs, buses, cars, into D.C. for a rally at the Capitol or whatever. They're not doing none of that. I'm going into D.C. today. Okay, I'm just find out what's going on and see if there's any protests or rallies today or in there. Find out what's going on. I understand they have roads closed, and I looked at pictures. They had, I don't know what it was, plow trucks blocking roads or whatever. They had, I guess they got some kind of wire fence around the Capitol. They got, because of J6, they got, I've seen like cement walls on certain parts of the roads, whatever. So that's understandable. They got things going on, roads blocked, whatever. And I'm not believing everything this fake news says, so I'm going to go in. The only way I can really find out is go into the city myself and find out what's going on. The convoy's not going into the D.C. They're not even going to send people in cars or whatever going into the city. They're going to loop around the 495. That's it. And they're going to go back to Maryland. What are they going to do when they go back to Maryland? I mean, I rode with these guys since Joplin, Missouri to Hagerstown, Maryland. I met some really good patriots. I had some good conversations with some good patriots. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to bash the convoy at all. I'm not trying to. The convoy is a good thing. And they got multiple convoys. I don't even know how many convoys they got. Multiple. They had one in Michigan, my home state. They had one going across I-10. They had another one going across Tennessee, I-40. So they got multiple more convoys coming to D.C. from my understanding. I don't know the exact number. But this West Convoy, that was the biggest one. That's the one I hooked up with. It's called the West Convoy because they started in California. Probably the longest one. So I hooked up with them just outside of Joplin, Missouri on Monday. And I rode with them for 5 days. We rolled into Hagerstown on Friday night. It was great. We had a big party in Monrovia, Indiana. There was a party last night in Hagerstown. I wasn't there. I was too damn tired. I slept in my hotel here in Virginia. I'm not going to say where, what town, what hotel, whatever, because of trolls. But I'm in Virginia right now. I'm not in Maryland. You know, everybody's about Ukraine, Ukraine, Ukraine. You're not hearing anything about this convoy. Nothing. And I support the Ukrainian people. There's lots of Ukrainian rallies going on. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get on do a little search if there's a local Ukrainian rally going on, supporting the Ukrainian people. Maybe I'll attend it here in Virginia. I'll find out. But I'm going to go get some lunch. I'm going to go into the city and see what's going on. So, I don't know what's going on with the convoy. You know, I reserved my hotel for Saturday night in Maryland. I didn't plan on staying 2 nights, but the problem was I got halfway across Pennsylvania, and that's when I found out, oh, we're going to stay in Hagerstown for 2 nights. Well, I'm not. I stayed there Friday night. I slept there Friday night in my car, and Saturday morning I left. And I've been broke off in the convoy since yesterday morning. So maybe I'll hook back up. Maybe I'll hook back up with them. Maybe I won't. I don't know. But I'm pretty much done with the convoy right now. I mean, I'm not trying to bash the convoy. Good thing going on. A lot of patriots. I like what they do. But what are they doing to hold the government accountable? That's my question. Looping around the 495, then going back to the same spot you were in Maryland. Okay, my question is, what are you doing to say, hey, we don't want your fucking mandates. We don't want your, we're in charge here. What are you doing? Are you going into the city? Well, no, we're not going to do that. Well, okay, what are you going to do? That's my question. I'm going into the city to see what's going on. I want to get on a bullhorn and scream at these politicians. You know what the one problem is? Today's Sunday. It's not the weekday. But tomorrow's Monday. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. But today's Sunday. I guarantee you Nancy Pelosi, Biden, and that skank, what's her name? Kamala. I guarantee you they're not in D.C. today. Joe Biden, he's in Delaware. Okay, that's where he's at. But anyway, more videos coming soon. We'll see what happens.
All right, that is an update from Rob about the People's Convoy that, like I said, came from California, went across the country on their route, and apparently they stopped in Hagerstown, Pennsylvania. And we're going to spend 2 days there, and obviously nothing is going on with it. But I received some info from a source that stated that anyone that is associated with the convoy needs to distance themselves from it ASAP because they are potentially being watched by the feds. If not, are already infiltrated by the feds. So that's not good. Apparently there's a potential situation that's going to pop off this week in D.C. surrounding this convoy. So if you are watching this from the convoy or you are in D.C., keep your distance from the convoy. If you are in one of the convoys heading to D.C., if you're not already there, I highly suggest that you stay away for your safety until we find out more of what is going on because of a potential situation. I mean, it could be just rumors, it could be nothing. Who knows? But I received info from a pretty good source so far, a tip that the convoy has been compromised. It has either been infiltrated or is being watched by the feds, and there might be something around the donations for it, is why they're watching it or something like that. I don't know yet, but the more information I get, I'll be sure to share with you guys. So if you are in DC or with one of the convoys heading to DC, I suggest you distance yourself from them. before they get to DC. Don't be around them when they get to DC or if they do anything in DC. Just as a precaution. I'm not trying to dissuade people from, saying the convoy is a bad thing or whatnot, but if they've been infiltrated or they're being watched, that's not good. That is not good. And it doesn't surprise me that the feds would be watching it because it's a big thing. I mean, look how the one in Canada blew up. Didn't take long before they tried to shut it down, but the one going to D.C., this whole protest is supposed to be bigger. So just watch your back, stay vigilant, stay prepared, stay observant. Make sure you're not being followed or anything like that. Just watch what you say to people. But for the safety of yourself and others, I suggest you distance yourself from this convoy. Just until we know that nothing is going to happen. There's a potential rumor of something that's going to pop off in D.C. soon surrounding this convoy, so I suggest you stay away. But as more info comes in, we will get that info out to you guys, so stay tuned, and we'll keep you updated with any info that we get from any source that we have closely related to the convoy. Which right now the best source is Rob, of course. So, because he is there near them. He's keeping his distance now. Because I let him know about all this. So, hopefully nothing happens. Hopefully whatever protest is being planned goes off without a hitch. And nothing happens and nobody gets set up or anything like that. We don't need another J6 situation. So, we'll monitor this situation, and we'll keep you guys posted. So stay tuned, and we'll see you soon.